In the gritty urban landscape of the South Bronx during the early 1970s, a new form of music began to echo through the streets. It wasn't the polished melodies of mainstream pop, nor the soulful tunes of Motown. Instead, it was a raw, pulsating rhythm that spoke directly to the experiences of the community, a phenomenon that would soon be known as hip-hop. Birth of a movement. The inception of hip-hop can be traced back to a legendary block party held by DJ Kool Herc on August 11, 1973. Herc, often dubbed the father of hip-hop, had emigrated from Jamaica and brought with him a unique style of DJing. He used two turntables to extend the instrumental breaks of songs, creating a continuous, danceable beat that kept the crowd moving. This technique, known as the breakbeat, became the foundation upon which hip-hop was built. Alongside Herc, other pioneers like Grandmaster Flash and Afrika Bambaataa began to shape the sound and culture of hip-hop. Grandmaster Flash perfected the art of mixing and scratching, adding an intricate layer of creativity to the DJ's role. Afrika Bambaataa, with his vast record collection and eclectic tastes, fused various musical styles, from funk to electronic, into his sets, further broadening the horizons of hip-hop. The rise of rap. As the breakbeats provided by DJs became more complex, another element began to emerge: rapping. Originally, it was a form of rhythmic speech, or chanting, that hyped up the crowd, but it quickly evolved into an expressive and powerful form of storytelling. The fathers of rap, such as DJ Kool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, and Afrika Bambaataa, laid the groundwork for what would become an integral part of hip-hop culture. The sound of today. Fast forward to today, hip-hop has become a global phenomenon, influencing not just music, but fashion, language, and culture. Artists like Kendrick Lamar, DJ Kool, and Cardi B dominate the charts, each bringing their unique style and narrative to the genre. Kendrick Lamar, for example, is celebrated for his poetic and socially conscious lyrics, while Cardi B's bold and unapologetic persona has earned her a massive following. Why they rap, why we listen? People rap for a multitude of reasons. It's an outlet for self-expression, a means to share personal experiences, and a powerful tool for social commentary. Rappers often address themes of struggle, triumph, identity, and change, providing a voice for those who might otherwise remain unheard. Listeners are drawn to hip-hop for its authenticity and relatability. The stories told through rap resonate with a wide audience, reflecting the complexities of life in a way that is both raw and real. The beat itself, with its infectious rhythm, creates an immediate connection, compelling listeners to nod their heads and move their feet. Major beefs and gang wars. Tupac versus the notorious B.I.G. This infamous East Coast versus West Coast rivalry between Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. Biggie is one of the most well-known in hip-hop history. The feud escalated with diss tracks like Tupac's Hit 'Em Up and Biggie's Who Shot Ya. Both rappers tragically died in drive-by shootings in 1996 and 1997, respectively. Nas versus Jay-Z. This intra-city rivalry between Nas and Jay-Z began in the late 1990s and was marked by diss tracks like Nas's Ether and Jay-Z's Takeover. The feud was eventually resolved peacefully. Ice Cube versus Dr. Dre versus Eazy-E. The breakup of NWA led to a messy feud between Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and Eazy-E. Ice Cube left the group in 1989, and the conflict escalated with diss tracks like Cube's No Vaseline and Dre's Fuck Wit Dre Day. Kendrick Lamar vs. Drake. This modern rivalry between Kendrick Lamar and Drake has been marked by diss tracks like Kendrick's Control and Drake's Started from the Bottom. King Von. King Von, a rising star in the Chicago drill scene, was known for his gritty lyrics and storytelling. He was involved in various beefs, including with fellow Chicago rapper Lil Durk. Tragically, King Von was shot and killed in 2020. Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle, a beloved figure in the hip-hop community, was known for his dedication to his community and his entrepreneurial spirit. He was tragically killed in 2019, leaving behind a legacy of empowerment and inspiration. Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice, known for his hit single Ice Ice Baby is often credited with bringing hip-hop to a mainstream audience in the early 1990s. Despite facing criticism for his pop-oriented style, his success helped pave the way for future hip-hop artists. Crossing genres, hip-hop meets rock and country. Hip-hop has always been an evolving genre, constantly absorbing and influencing other musical styles. One of the most exciting developments in hip-hop has been its fusion with rock and country music. This crossover began in the 1980s with the collaboration between Run DMC and Aerosmith on the track Walk This Way, which introduced rock elements into hip-hop and broke down barriers between genres. In recent years, artists like Lil Nas X have further pushed these boundaries. His hit single Old Town Road, which blends hip-hop with country music, became a cultural phenomenon and topped the charts for a record-breaking 19 weeks. The success of Old Town Road demonstrated the genre's versatility and its ability to transcend traditional boundaries. Instrumental sampling from oldies. Sampling has been a cornerstone of hip-hop production since its inception. Producers often dig through crates of vinyl records, looking for unique sounds and beats to incorporate into their tracks. Many classic hip-hop songs are built on samples from oldies, funk, and soul records. For instance, the notorious B.I.G.'s Juicy samples M-Tomb's 1983 track Juicy Fruit, while Kanye West's Gold Digger famously samples Ray Charles' I Got a Woman. Sampling allows producers to pay homage to the past while creating something new and innovative. It also connects different generations of music lovers, creating a bridge between the old and the new. Independent artists versus record labels. The landscape of the music industry has changed dramatically over the years. In the early days of hip-hop, artists often relied on major record labels to distribute their music and reach a wider audience. These labels provided the resources needed to produce high-quality records and promote them on a large scale. However, they also exercised significant control over the artist's creative output and financial earnings. Today, the rise of digital platforms and social media has empowered independent artists to take control of their careers. They can now distribute their music directly to fans through platforms like Spotify, SoundCloud, and Bandcamp, bypassing traditional gatekeepers. This shift has allowed for greater artistic freedom and has given rise to a new generation of DIY musicians who are redefining the industry on their own terms. Today's distribution versus early distribution. In the early days of hip-hop, distribution was a grassroots effort. Artists would sell their mixtapes out of car trunks or at local record shops, relying on word of mouth and live performances to build their fan base. Radio play and MTV exposure were crucial for reaching a wider audience, but opportunities were limited. Today's distribution landscape is vastly different. The internet has democratized access to music, allowing artists to reach a global audience with just a few clicks. Streaming services have become the dominant method of music consumption, and social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube provide powerful tools for promotion and engagement. This digital revolution has made it easier than ever for artists to connect with fans and build a loyal following. In essence, hip-hop is more than just music. It's a cultural movement that continues to evolve and inspire. Its origins in the South Bronx might have been humble, but its impact is nothing short of revolutionary. So as the beat goes on, we find ourselves still captivated by the rhythm, the stories, and the unbreakable spirit of hip-hop.